All right, shalom. Shalom to the elect of Israel, whoever you might be out there. I want to start off as always by giving all praise, all honor, all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha, Quadash. A double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Hey, Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the elect out there, wherever you might be. And shalom to the 144,000. It's the brother Amawan Padah from the GMS Denver camp doing a quick lesson. And as you can see, I got this movie cover pulled up right here. And a lot of you have seen this movie. You know, it's an old movie from like 1996. All right, you know, Don't Be a Menace, right? And you know, it's pretty much a parody of all the hood movies, all right, that Jake was putting out in the 90s. You know, portraying, you know, life in the ghetto, all right. And this movie was a parody, you know, and as you can see, it says hilarious. All right, it's supposed to be a comedy. Now, you know, there are some funny parts in it. You know, it's a funny movie, you know, but I actually watched it last night. I haven't seen it in a long time, you know, and I watched it again last night. And this time when I was looking at it, man, it was just like, I get it, but it's not funny, man. All right, it's not funny at all. And it was designed that way, you know, because, you know, Keenan Ivory Wayans, I believe he was the producer of that movie or director or whatever. And he had times where he would pop up, you know, as the mailman and say message, you know, because there were, you know, there's a deeper meaning to it, though it's supposed to be a comedy. And he's pointing out the different flaws and the different, you know, ways that Jay acts out in the hood, man. And it's just like, he pointed out a lot of the problems, man, and they're due to the curses. But the thing is, the movie never brought any solutions to the problems. All right. And I thought about it. I was like, man, this movie shows everything that's wrong with, you know, the majority of our people, man. All right. You got gang banging, you know what I'm saying? You know, Israelite on Israelite violence. The heathen looking down on us. All right. The broken families. The women being sluts and out of order. Having children by multiple men. All right. They even showed Esau in there. All right. They even showed Esau in there, you know, being the devil that he is. But now, in these last days, the truth is out, man. The reason why our people are in those conditions, and also, you know, the solution to our problems, man. And that's one thing I thought about, man. Like, you know what? You can point out the problem all day, but until you have the solution, you know, what are you really doing? You see? And the true prophets of Yahweh Shai Shai have the solution. Now, I want to get out a few precepts. You know, I ain't want to make this too long, but let's get out Jeremiah 6 really quick. So here we have the book of Jeremiah chapter 6 and verse 16. It says, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, stand ye in the ways and see, and ask for the old paths, where is the good way, and walk therein. Ye shall find rest for your souls. But they said, we will not walk therein. All right. So the Lord is giving us the answer to our problems right here. You see what I'm saying? He said, ask for the old paths. What are the old paths? The ways of our forefathers, man. All right. The ways that go back to following the laws, the statutes and commandments of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All right. You see what I'm saying? And we understand also that we can't perfectly, you know, adhere to the laws, you know, in this captivity. And that's why we have Yahweh Shai. We're to look to him, you see. But the thing is that if you take the wisdom of the laws, the statutes and commandments that are in the scriptures, okay, you know, you'll find rest for your souls, man. It would alleviate a lot of the problems that we have within our, you know, our nation. Okay. What does it say next, though? Also, I set watchmen over you, saying, hearken to the sound of the trumpet. But they said, we will not hearken. All right. So yeah, man, they don't want to follow the ways of the Lord, and they don't want to hear the warning, man. And the warning is the Lord's finna get rid of the hood, man. All right. He's finna get rid of all the degenerate behavior. All those who refuse to turn back to the Lord. Hey, you're in the process of getting done away with, man. And this is why we've repented, man, out of fear of the judgment that's to come, man. It's not a joke. It's not funny. It's not hilarious, man, at this point. All right. The curses are serious, man. They're a punishment unto us, man. It talks about all those things in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. Or how you won't have joy of your children, you know what I'm saying? That's why you got households without the fathers in it. They showed that in that movie. All right. It's part of the curses for our rebellion. And the only way to undo it is to go through Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And if you refuse to repent and you want to stay in that hood lifestyle, being a joke to society, because that's what you are. You're a joke to the rest of the world, man. Jake, that's in that hood mentality. Moving in that spirit of rebellion. All right. Let's bring that picture back up real quick. You see that goofy shit? That's what you look like to the world, man. You got him with the gun in his hand. They look at you. They look at us as murderers, drug dealers. You know what I'm saying? Thieves. And a lot of you, Jake, are doing that shit, man. You know, art imitates life. You see? That's the sad part about it, man. All right? We're a joke in the world, man. We're hilarious to these heathen right now, man. And here we are. We're the noble people of the earth. We're the Lord's chosen people. But look how we're portraying ourselves in the earth, man. All right? And, you know, if you did a modern day version of this movie, you would have dudes in skinny jeans and shit with man purses with a Glock in it, with a switch. All right? Because Jake is still doing the same shit to this day. And not just the so-called Negroes, also the Latinos, man. All right? And Native Americans, even on the reservations, you got Jake out there moving in that hood mentality, that down and out degenerate mentality, man. But this is the remedy right here, man, the scriptures. And the prophets are the only ones that got the answer. Like I said, you can point the problem out all day. But until you have the answer, the solution, what are you really doing? All right, here we have right here, the book of Amos, chapter 7 and verse 17. It describes, you know, our condition, man. All right, Jake in the hood, man, you know. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, thy wife shall be an harlot in the city, and thy sons and thy daughters shall fall by the sword. And that's what you saw in that movie. You saw so-called nigger woman, all right? So-called black woman being a hoe, a harlot in the city. They made a joke out of it, you know what I'm saying? Her name was, Dashiki? All right, Dashiki, that was her name in the movie. She was a slut, she was a hoe. All right? Children by multiple men, you know, baby daddies in prison, all that shit, man. That cliche things, you know, the cliche things that we go through as a people, man. How, you know, those are the curses, man. It's spoken of right here in Amos 7 and verse 17. Their sons and daughters shall fall by the sword. And they showed a lot of gun violence in that movie. They made, you know, fun of Jake killing each other and shit. All right. But that's what's really going on, man. It's talked about right here in the scriptures, man. It says, and thy land shall be divided by line. All right. You got hoods and shit, different areas, you know, people gang banging over territories and whatnot. All right. You see, and thou shalt die in a polluted land, and Israel shall surely go into captivity of his land. So there you go, man. We're in captivity to this day, and the only way out of it is through Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, we have the answers, man. The Muslims don't have the answer. They even had a guy in the movie. His name was Preach. He's supposed to be the quote unquote voice of reason. All right, and you know the Muslims don't have the answers either. The answers to our solution, the answers to our problem, the solution is found in the scriptures, in the Bible. All right. It tells us why we're in this condition and how to get out of it, man. I'm gonna bring this out real quick. This is Jeremiah 2 and verse 21. It says, yet I have planted thee a noble vine, wholly a right seed, how then art thou turned into the degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me? And that's our people, man. We're supposed to be a royal people. But look at how we're moved. Look at how we're moving in the earth. All right. You got parody movies about the hood, man. All right. That's not cool, man. All right. We're the sons of the Most High. The sons and daughters of the Most High. And we're not acting like that, man. Even to this day. And that movie came out in the 90s, man. And the same shit is still going on, man. If not worse. And the Lord's he's finna do away with that spirit of being in the hood. He's finna do away with all that shit, man. All right? He's gonna preserve his elect who are seeking him, who are seeking the old paths. I want to get this in the GNT real quick. All right, here we had that same verse pulled up right here in the Good News Translation. Salakia. Jeremiah 20:21 in the GNT. I planted you like a choice vine from the very best seed. But look what you have become. You are like a rotten, worthless vine. And that's how our people are acting in these last days, man. To this day. All right. The Lord designed us to be the royal people, the judges of the earth. All right. Not to be hood niggas, man, and bad bitches and, you know, homo thugs and dykes. That's what you see, man. You got Jake being transformers now, man. That's crazy work, man. And the Lord is finna do away with all that. All right, it's time for the hood to be done away with, man. And the Lord gonna do it by way of judgment. Like I said, he's gonna preserve his elect, that grape of the cluster. Those who have turned away from that degenerate lifestyle, because we were all, you know, in some shape, form, or fashion, a part of the world, man. A lot of us were, you know, doing those things that were portrayed in those movies, man. All right, but the Lord is clean. He's cleaned us up. He's cleansing us from that degenerate state, man. All right, by way of the word, not the word of the Quran, but by the word of Yahweh Shemiah Shout that's found in the Bible. Let's prove that real quick. So this is Psalms 119 and verse 9. It says, "Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed thereto, according to thy word." That's how you get back on the path to godhood, man. Not that degenerate ass lifestyle that we've been accustomed to as a people, as a nation. Now, it doesn't apply to all, you know, Israelites. Every Israelite ain't from the hood. Every Israelite don't live in the hood. Every Israelite don't gang bang, sell drugs and whatnot. We're not saying that all Israelites act like this, but we look at our nation as a whole, man. You can't just separate, you know, those who are doing good for themselves and the rest of the nation. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got Jake that's, you know, multi-millionaires, they got businesses and whatnot, but that's still not the answer. You still filthy, spiritually speaking. You see what I'm saying? You could have $1 million and be out of the hood and send your kids to private school, but if you're not serving your Yahweh Shemiah Shai, you still filthy, man. Your mind is still filthy. And a lot of you Jakes got to do underhanded shit to even get out of the hood, man. A lot of Jakes sell out. Look at the celebrities, man. The only way to get out of this situation is through Yahweh Shemiah Shai, man. Point blank, period, man. It's through the word. All right, here we got it right here. Deuteronomy 7:6. You know I got to bring this out. All right. It says, "For thou art an holy people unto the Lord Yahweh, Bashemiah Shai, thy power. The Lord Yahweh, Bashemiah Shai, thy power, have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth." This is what the Lord says about you Israelites, man. Us Israelites, we're a chosen people, man. We're supposed to be the voice of reason in the planet Earth, man. All right, you see. And that movie, man, seeing it, you know, I watched it last night, man, and it just like really hit me, man. Being in this truth, you see it, man. You see things clearly. All right. Now, Jake, you know, they had an understanding of that, you know, we're fucked up people right now. But like I said, they didn't have the answers. We have the answers, man. We have the path to our true identity right here in the scriptures, man. And you Israelites are special people, man. But you're not acting like it. You see what I'm saying? You've become drunken with the wine of your enemies. And when I say wine, and I'm talking about the philosophies that have been placed upon us as a people, man. So-called black culture, man. That's not a culture, man. That's some bullshit. All right. That's not who we are. All right. So-called Latino culture, man. That's not who the hell we are. Native American culture, man. Nah, man. We're the Israelites, point blank, period. We're the cream of the crop when it comes to people on the face of the earth. The sons of the Most High. All right. I got to bring this out real quick. This is Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 5. It says, behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, my power commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. All right. These are our codes of conduct, man, in the scriptures. All right. The codes of conduct, the laws, the statutes and commandments. You know what I'm saying? And if we applied even a fraction of that stuff to our lifestyles, man, as a people, we would alleviate a lot of the problems that we see going on right now, man, such as women having a bunch of kids by multiple men. That wouldn't be a thing, man, if we applied the laws of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right. A woman's supposed to be with one man her entire life. So that way that ends confusion. All right. And adulteresses or adulterers are supposed to be put to death. All right. So that will end that problem, because that's going on a large scale in these last days, man. Jake sleeping with the next man's woman openly, man, glorifying themselves in that shit. Women being promiscuous, man, stepping out on their husbands. According to the law, you be put to fucking death, and that would terrify everybody else, and be a deterrent onto that type of behavior, man. That would solve the broken home situation, man. All right. So anyway, man, just looking at things through a spiritual lens, man. Now, verse 6, it says, keep therefore and do them. You see, these laws are for our betterment, man. For this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. That's how we supposed to be moving, man. All right. You see? Not being the degenerate plant that, we become, in these last days, man. Hood culture, man. That shit is whack, man. And all the tribes, partake in that hood culture, man. No matter if you're a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American, that shit gotta die, man. And when the Lord sends this judgment, in the midst of Jacob's trouble, Esau coming down having great wrath, it's gonna alleviate that shit, man. All right, the Lord's gonna cleanse out the 2/3 that's still in that hood culture, man, in that state of rebellion. He's gonna leave his elect to start over with the elect, man. So I'm gonna get ready to wrap this thing up, man. All right, I ain't want to make this a super long lesson, just a quick, spiritual analysis of that movie and our condition as a people, right? So this is Second Ezra in the Apocrypha, chapter 9. I'm gonna start at verse 20 and read down. It says, so I considered the world, and behold, there was peril because of the devices that will come into it. All right. And Jake has been accustomed to, these wicked devices, man, these wicked ways of life. All right. Drug dealing, thug culture, gang culture, adultery. All right. Idolatry, all that, man. All right. That's why there's so much confusion and chaos in our nation right now. All right. Because of these wicked devices that you're operating in, right? Verse 21, and I saw and spared it greatly, and have kept me a grape of the cluster and a plant of a great people. So this is talking about the remnant, the elect, the small portion that the Lord is going to save, those who have turned back unto Yahweh through his son Yahweh Shai. That's that grape of the cluster. All right, imagine you having a cluster of grapes, right? You take one out and then you throw the rest away. Well, that one that's left is the elect, man, who the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is dealing with. The rest is Pookie and Ray Ray and Keisha and Shaniqua and, Maria and, all are people who are in a state of rebellion. He's going to do away with them. And we're in that time of judgment, man. Okay? But we just pray that we're of that elect, that grape that's going to be kept, man. It says right here, verse 22, let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain, and let my grape be kept. That's the elect remnant, and my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect. You see, because the elect are being cleaned off through the washing of the word, man. All right, that's what's going on right now. The elect are turning back to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua in these last days. They're coming out of that hood culture, that degenerate culture that they learned in the world, man. All right. You see, so, just a quick lesson, man. The Israelites, man, starting with the elder apostles of Great Millstone on down, and those who come in the same doctrine, the true men of the Lord out here in these last days, we're the only ones that had the true answer, the true solution to the problems that we find our families in, and our people in. It's to turn back to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. He's the only one that can reverse the curse and take us out of this captivity. Otherwise, you're gonna perish, man. All right, you're gonna perish in your rebellion. So, that being said, I'm gonna end this lesson right here. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. A Kwame Yasharala and the Bible Bar. Shalom.